Hello, so hopefully a lot of you knew I was streaming again today. I don't know if I'll go a full hour at the moment, but I thought I'd do another one just because I did an Australian sort of Asian-friendly time zone one, but I know a lot less people watch those. So for the Americans and all that didn't see earlier, did my supermarket trip, so we'll keep talking about that. That's tomorrow's video anyway. And yeah, starting to get to the stage where you might need to wear stuff like this to the supermarket. So wait for a load of people to get in, and then we'll start talking about it. But yeah, I'm alright. It's very strange getting used to all this scenario at the moment with, you know, all the stuff going on. I did have a mask. I actually had a mask and none of this gear on, obviously, but it was like the opposite way around. But it's just sort of how crazy the supermarkets are getting at this stage is a bit sort of, you know. That's good. Speaking of Truth Media Live, what mask are you getting? There you go. If you wanted that as well. But yeah, basically, when I went food shopping earlier, a load of the other stuff, loads of empty shelves, everybody pushing and shoving. That sounds good. Soul snips. I think you're meant to wear the police vests under the unless that's what you're saying, but you're meant to normally wear armoured vests over hazmat gear, not under it. That's not a stab vest. This is a Polish military plate carrier. So it's got Kevlar lining in it as well, but obviously it's got not that one. Where's the big pocket? It's got these in them. The big not titanium, the big assume this is steel, is it? Like the NIJ 3-level equivalent steel, or 3A, whatever it is. But yeah, so basically, for those of you that weren't on the stream earlier, went food shopping today. Lots and lots of empty shelves, lots and lots of very angry people wanting to get what was left on the nearly empty shelves. So let me just put the screen on medium brightness, and then I'll show you some pictures from my shop. It's the video tomorrow, just a very quick, brief video sort of talking about it. So we go. There's the outside of Sainsbury's. Queue to get in, as well as queue behind me. Empty shelves. That was the beer aisle. Beer and spirit, sorry. Toilet. Canned food aisle. Flour and all that sort of stuff. Tea and coffee aisle. Canned milk, sort of, you know, powdered milk and long life milk. And that was the mask anyway. The one I wore, the GVS lips, obviously didn't wear all this stuff. Thank you, Daniel. Exactly, Arnold. That is a good question. But queuing so they can put the meager amount of goods on the shelves that will be gone in 20 minutes' time. Yeah, Ethan, ROU mask will at least provide particulate protection. I suppose it would stop people coughing on you as well, a shield. Yeah, I feel really sorry for you there, Bensky TV. When I was at the supermarket today, only person with any sort of PPE was the pharmacy worker, not the normal staff on tills and all that. Lots of elderly staff members as well. Again, they're going to be very vulnerable. And again, yeah, lots of pushing, shoving, lots of very angry customers because why don't you have this product in when everybody else is panic buying it? $1, speaking Truth Media Live, $1, £1, whatever the lowest form of a single bit of currency is in your currency. I've done a video on it. I can't remember the name off my head, but it's like the Polish military vests. I think this is the heavier version of it rather than the lighter one, but it's like their plate carrier with the twos. It's sort of obviously Kevlar filled, and then it's got the thing. Thank you, Confed Boy A. He said, my city is starting to go to hell, so thank you for the videos and streams, really helping out. Thank you for your donation. But yeah, I think a lot of places are all around the world at this point. Also, very young death from coronavirus in the UK. I just saw on the news. Let me get the thing up, but not good. Where was it? An 18-year-old with underlying health issues dies in England after testing positive for coronavirus. 18-year-old. And yes, I know underlying health conditions, but still. A fucking 18-year-old dead. So there you go. You know, it only affects old people. You know, those sort of idiots. I will iRally X if it carries on getting worse. Just because you're going to need gear like this, the worse it keeps getting here. But yeah. Obviously wearing, as I said, a mask in the supermarket. And I had some idiot go, oh, look at the weirdo with a gas mask on. Who was keep getting, you know, like right in other people's faces, grabbing stuff. So, you know. Does put faith in humanity, doesn't it? Being amongst the panic shoppers. So you're in Vancouver, Canada, but yeah, I know it's in the States. People are like buying guns now. Even people would never, you know, buy guns before in the States. Rajiv says he got emails from Sains the most. Assume that's Sainsbury's, is it? Every other day. It's funny because Mike CEO seems to have stopped asking people to panic by now. They probably see how it's pointless. Just speaking of Truth Media Live, post a Discord ID if you've got a Discord then. Can't add you without a Discord ID. I'll load up Discord though, so I can invite you. P2, you really want P3, but it's better than nothing. Polish military vest. I can't remember the exact name, but there's videos on it on my channel. It's got the big steel plates in the front and back, and it's got the Kevlar filler. So that's why it's Joe asks me, do I have Kevlar? Well, he's literally seeing a military vest. Well done. Unless you're blind. But... Right, let me just add you then. Yeah, I'm not going to be on all that long tonight because I did stream earlier in the day. I just wanted to do a quick stream this evening. It doesn't like your name. Can you double check it and paste it again? Literally click the thing in Discord, Speaking the Truth Media Live, so it copy and pastes it for you. I don't know if it's cool Wonderballs, but I'd certainly do it just to avoid getting the plague. Because a lot of people aren't doing it, and we're seeing it's getting worse and worse at the moment. This is the Chinese one I reviewed the other week. HK80 helmet or whatever it's called. So nothing to do with the Polish body armor. I just thought it looked sort of fitting. But yeah, this is a Chinese HK80 helmet or GK80 helmet, whatever it was called. This is whatever the name of that Polish combat vest is. I can't remember without looking up. And I was right in Discord. Speaking of Truth Media, at the bottom left of your Discord panel, there should be a thing you can click which copy paste your ID in for you, so it will do it with all the completely the right spaces and everything else. Because it doesn't like your name at the moment, so I can't add you until you get that right. It might be a good idea, Peacemaker, with all the people walking around without gloves on, coughing everywhere in the supermarket. Yeah, there could be all sorts of horrible germs on any products you buy. Right, there you go. There's the round riot shield. If you go on UK eBay, unless they've all sold out, and type in police shield, don't type in riot shield, type in police shield, because for whatever reason, nearly tripping over something there. For whatever reason, they all come up under police shield, not riot shield. But yeah, there you go. These are the lightweight, easy to sort of maneuver ones. The Problem is with the big rectangular shields is, as much as they might look a bit cooler than the round shields, you're going to struggle to use them because they're from formation use. So unless you're just holding them while somebody whacks them, these are the ones you can at least, you know, if you've got it equipped, do that quite quickly with. Bring them up, you know, to stop something flying and hitting you. Right. Thank you, Belinsky TV. Has that person posted their username again yet? Just checking for that Discord name. Thank you, Jude. He says, my family is trying to convince me it's okay to breathe in infected droplets. It's crazy, right? I'd say they're crazy. I mean, the whole situation's crazy, isn't it? If you, like I was saying to people the other day, if you said to me last year that next year there will be a global pandemic and the government is going to be paying people to stay inside, but people will be hoarding toilet roll, I'd say you're having a fucking laugh. But here we are, 2020. So did that person post their ID again? I've still not got a Myra mask, so I don't see why people keep asking me, what do you think of any Myra masks you don't own? Alright, let me try that again, speaking with Truth Media. Still doesn't like it, you need to copy paste it. Probably fairly soon, Magnificent Bastard. They keep saying, oh, we don't need to do this next step. We don't need to do this, you know, next step after this one. They still keep doing it because people are fucking stupid. I mean, if you've not been seeing it on all the news, people keep literally doing everything they're told not to do because who can't tell me what to do? I'm going to go out in a public place if I want to. No, I'm blocking the person spamming the chat who hasn't donated. If it's a real Pasca, yes, it's very good for £25. George says his fire department is liquidating their old self-contained breathing apparatus. It's in great condition. I'll try and send you one with the 40mm filter adapter. What size you need? I'd be medium. This all right. I'm not too fussed at the moment. I've got enough masks. Give it to somebody who needs it. I'm trying to get rid of masks at the moment to people who actually need them. Yeah, I'd say they're already mobilised, aren't they, Sparrow? It's just, yeah, when the order comes. But again, the sooner the better, really. I'd never think I'd be saying that, but it's just literally because people are so fucking idiotic. They can't be actually, you know, trusted not to contaminate everybody else. The pretty much only kids' masks I know of, Angela, are the Israeli ones, the Soviet ones. I suppose there's the Myra ones as well, but I wouldn't really recommend them because I don't know anything about them. It's a shit Chinese one. Mitch Blitz. I wouldn't recommend it. I'll actually do a video on that soon, just talking about how awful it is, because I don't think a lot of people saw the video I did on it. Do anti-flash hoods work? Well, in terms of not setting you on fire, yes, because they're a fire retardant material. Right, I'm just keep checking the chat in case that person that donated earlier actually posted their correct Discord ID. Right, he's posted a long load of numbers. That won't do anything. let me try the last one I can see in the chat. What you need to do, speaking of Truth Media, is at the bottom left of your Discord ID, like your Discord panel. Yeah, it's still not correct. At the very bottom left of your Discord, it'll have a username and a number. You left click it, it copies it to clipboard, and you just paste it in chat. It's that simple. Why would somebody doing that Iron Maiden? But yeah, I'd have told the old person to fuck off personally. But it's bizarre, isn't it? I don't know, speaking of Truth Media, but if you can't find it today, post it on a later video and hope I see the comment. Brian Jones said, do you think the Israeli surplus gas mask will be sufficient, or do you recommend something that will be absolutely fine as long as you're using a good filter with it? Let me just add you. But as far as for the people who don't know, Discord's the people who donate. Don't keep posting your ID or you haven't been if you haven't donated, or I'll block you. Because it's really frustrating if I'm trying to catch up with Discord IDs from donators and then people keep spamming their IDs to pretend they've donated. But yeah, Lady Artie Pilot. That's you invited. Most hard hats of any sort, Gaster Runner, will protect you from blows. It just depends really what sort of level of protection you need. I mean, even a construction, like, yellow hard hat is going to give you a lot of protection that you wouldn't normally have. Yeah, you did donate, Belinsky. Let me add you. UVB does disinfect, but UVC is a lot more efficient at it. So, again, depends how you're using it. The problem is with a lot of the time in the streams, I'm being asked quite complex questions in a short amount of times. I can't really answer them. Oh, they actually provided you with masks, did they, Peach? Polish body armor. I don't know if it's current issue stuff or they've replaced it now. Let me invite you as well. Right, oh, I think Mike's just PM'd me somebody's Discord ID, so I'll try that again, see if it works. I want to go back to actually chatting with people about stuff. No, the ID is still incorrect by the look of it. No, it's still not correct. I think multiple layers of anything, if they were thick enough, can be bulletproof, but yeah, you've donated before, Confed Boy. Let me add you. It doesn't like your name. Oh no, it says you're not accepting friends requests. You need to set your friends request to actually be accepted by people. Right, thank you to everybody who says they like my videos, and for people saying, should I get a certain mask, should I not get a mask? For the majority of masks, they'll be absolutely fine. There's especially if they're cheap. Yeah, Bensky, that's useless, isn't it? Because that's going to do nothing. Again, they keep having this thing on the news where they'll do this thing of like, do masks protect you? No, they don't, and they only show surgical masks. Okay, then you're being just dishonest, aren't they, if they're doing that? Because Weapon Collector does, Daniel D, not me. Which one are you looking at? The Scott M110? Yeah, the plates are in there. Some of them, Rajiv, have been saying it makes you touch your face more if you've got a surgical mask. And I don't believe that, because I know for a fact when I had the particle respirator on in Sainsbury's today, I didn't touch my face once because I was being very aware if I did it or not, and I didn't. I might have touched the outside rubber of the mask, but that's not touching your face. For anybody saying, do you have this, do you have that, look at my videos on it. When I'm with streams, I try and answer people's questions who need to know sort of stuff quite quickly about PPE if I can help them. Right, let me try that again, speaking the truth. Oh, you finally got it right, thank you. Right, as soon as you accept that, I can invite you to the server. Can you tell me, Ashley, which stream you donated on, please, so I can go back and check? Problem is, I have to do that because a lot of people lie and just say I donated the other day when they didn't. So I don't want to accuse you of that, obviously, but I need to double check all of them if it's not been on today's stream. Let me just add Henry. That's all right, speaking of Truth Media, glad it helped. It's behind me. Not have to actually climb over a load of gear with this one, so no. S10 for £82. It's expensive, Alf, but for what masks cost at the moment, you might as well get it if you don't have a mask. Cheers, Blinsky as well, or Bensky, sorry. Maybe cut a little hole in the satchel, Henry. I assume what the problem is that the satchel is covering the entrance to the filter. What do you mean on Discord? Can you post your Discord ID again? Because I don't have it now because I've added somebody else. So Confed, if you add your Discord ID again, I'll copy and paste it back in. Right, cool. Let me try again. PTM1 would work, I imagine, because it was obviously designed to stop you inhaling radionuclides, as in nuclear fallout. So it would work against a lot of bacteria and viruses, I imagine. Certainly be better than nothing. If somebody said, do you want a little N95 mask or a PTM1, I'd rather go for the PTM1 in all honesty. I've used the PTM1 when working in dusty environments before, and it does stop you inhaling dust. So it's certainly got something going for it. I wouldn't recommend playing airsoft with a gas mask on because they're not designed for it. Only would work really if you had some strong outserts for it. All right, I'll invite that guy to the thing if it lets me do it. That will be absolutely fine, Henry. The one he's just sent me a message of a mask. You might want to get new filters for it because it looks like a Chinese rip-off of a 3M, but otherwise it'll be absolutely fine. There's a Brody helmet over there if you're looking at the Brody helmet, yeah. So yeah, what I was saying regardless, in the supermarket today, so I actually had the GVS Ellipse on wherever the hell it's gone. I had it by me earlier. Anyway, that was the one I had on behind me, the GVS Ellipse, wherever it's gone. I saw a couple of people with N95s masks on, and then a few people doing stuff like this. And then other people going, look at those silly people with masks on, you know. So there's that. North. I need to remember that there's North ones because, again, that's a different brand you can recommend people when they ask for masks. Ah, yeah, that's the one that's a lot like the MSA Advantage 410, isn't it? It's the Honeywell one. There's one version of that North mask that pretty much is exactly like the MSA Advantage. But yeah. That's right, Gretchen. If it's all right with you, Henry, I'll have to answer you after the stream, otherwise I'm going to get distracted looking at two sets of conversations. There's a super chat button, Spaghetti Bolognese, probably just below your chat, or there's Patreon. You can do it via those two. But thanks if you do want to do that. Roger says, I'm going to have my Finnish respirator on when I go shopping. Wish me luck. Yeah, good luck. Doesn't matter if you get funny looks, because at least you're not going to infect yourself or others. I can see if I can find you one, Lewis, but I don't know if I can. Let me have a look on eBay. It's called OLV Body Armor. At the moment, I can only see the covers coming up, not the actual ones with all the plates and that in. Cheers, Tad, Ghostal, sorry. I actually shaved the sides the other day, but that's just to make sure I can get respirators on again properly, so it's not breaking the seal on half-face masks, but... I'm certainly expecting a bit of looting Dwarven Miner, especially about people pushing and shoving in the supermarkets today. It's only going to take one person to get too hungry or drunk or, wanting alcohol, isn't it, to start smashing stuff up. But, I think the biggest worry at the moment is other people just doing really stupid stuff. Yeah, Gulf War Airsoft, and that would certainly work. It means you at least won't forget it, will you, if you decide you're somewhere and you need it on. Well, funnily enough, Riley, that was actually recommended that you could have a moustache of just that little bit in the, was it the CDC's Guide to Respirators? There was one they called Toothbrush, and it was actually on that list. That's cool, there. So you can see technically if somebody's showing a fever from a distance as well. That would work absolutely fine, Spaghetti Bolognese. You only need the P3 bit. eBay, Operation Nightfall, if there's any in stock on there. Just don't buy the airsoft masks that are listed as M50s, which aren't M50s. What? Corona survival, the way other people are reacting over Corona, or just the whole damn situation? That's not true as far as I'm aware, Little Obama. I'm pretty sure he had a regular sort of moustache during World War One, and then it was, I think, sort of in the interwar years that he shaved it to the pencil sort of moustache because it was fashionable at the time, quite striking. I mean, like Charlie Chaplin had that moustache as well. Cheers, Ryan, again. He says, if it all right if I uploaded the CDC pre-pandemic guided PF to your Discord? Yeah, absolutely fine if it lets you do it. It's public domain, is that okay? Yeah, if not, link to a site where it's uploaded. Sparrow says, notice there's a lot of these panic buying idiots kicking out in new Range Rovers and such, typical twats not caring about anyone else other themselves. Yeah, exactly. Post your Discord ID, Alf. I can't link you without a Discord ID. Because if I just post a Discord ID, somebody else in the chat will claim it. Not Discord ID, sorry, Discord invite. Bit more than the flak jacket. At the moment, they're overpriced, speaking the truth, media. They didn't used to be a couple of weeks ago when they were like £20 each, but now they're £60. No, I wouldn't pay that for one now. But... Right, cheers, Alf. Weapon Collector's done some in his videos, Gas the Runner. There's no point me doing it because I'm shit at DIY. It doesn't like your name. Go back and check it again. Super. If you don't know how to do it, click the little bit at the bottom of Discord and it will copy your name in for you. eBay, like a year or two ago, Haramasu. Right, there's a comment I wanted to actually that person. There we go. Rajiv says, not wanting to put strict measure laws into place, cover up to still enforce herd immunity, just a thought I had today. They are doing all the measures, though. I think it's just over time they're doing them. I think they're like basically saying, well, if you can't be trusted to do this thing, then we'll do the measure, so it doesn't seem too authoritarian. The problem is, at every turn, it turns out they need to do all these measures because most people are just so stupid they can't just stay at home. Henry, if you're that old, don't bother. Just save the money up on something you want. I appreciate it, but don't bother. You've got more important things to spend it on. I got sent it for free by B-Store, but I imagine if you're buying them with all the plates in, they'd be like £100 to £200. That's the typical price of body armor with all the plates and Kevlar in. Yeah, any sort of 40mm mask for basically $20 would be good. Oh, boss, do you know what model they are? But I can't imagine they'd be that bad if they're 40mm for $20. Cheers, Nebuchadnezzar, if that's your name's pronounced. He said, is it worth buying Myra gas masks? They cost $200, but I can't find any cheaper. Leave your contact on a join survey. Certainly can. Right. I've not got any Myras, so I've never reviewed them. Lots of people say they're very bad quality for the price they cost. If you can't find anything else, and I guess it's the only thing you can get. But when people say, is a Myra mask worth this compared to, other similarly priced masks? No, they're not. Wow. Saying that, I can't really say if they're worth it or not because I've never used them, but nearly everybody else I know has always said, no, don't bother getting a Myra unless it's super cheap. Ashley says, I donated on a previous stream regarding Benford TV. Can't remember which stream away. Keep it away. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, let me add you on that one. Yeah, it's just if people donate, it's always best they ask for an invite as and when they donate rather than, later down the line. Because I have to go back and check. But yeah, thank you very much. For anybody I've sent Discord friends invites to, as soon as you accept them, then I can invite you to the server. Problem is I can't just send you a direct invite link through the chat on here because obviously other people will click it. Right, has that other person figured out his name yet? Alf. Is Alf still in the chat? Has he figured out his ID yet? It's a Polish one. I don't know if it's current or if it's quite out of date now. But it's like the Polish one from the 1990s, early 2000s. Yeah, Alf. If I write down on Discord to Mike, he'll know why I'm doing it, but I just put ID. This is just a note to myself, Mike. I'm just doing it on Twitter so I can see it. But yeah, thanks, Alf. Yeah, I put your name down so I can just remember when you say that you've got the ID. Yeah, if you're on a PC, it's a lot easier because there's a thing you can click and then it just copies and pastes your name exactly as it is into the clipboard. It would depend. Having a laugh, that's a good name. It would depend completely on what country you're in because obviously I don't want to advise you on anything that's illegal. Any idea what the 3, 4, or 7% rating is, Joni? Is it like how much light gets through the bulb or whatever? Because the more that gets through, the more effective it would be. But I don't actually know in just regards to percentage because generally I'm just used to seeing them with wattage on them. Right, cheers. Let me add you. Yeah, you can just post it in the server when you're added. I see you've got what looks like an M17 or like a Czech M10 or whatever in your picture. Yeah, anyway, let me add you as well. I'm not going to be on this stream too much longer, though, because I said I did stream earlier today and I'm already tired. Unless you think people are going to be setting you on fire, Gas the Runner, no. You don't have much need for anti-flasher. They're specifically designed for breaching or people who are going to be around fire. I like the old Borat stuff, Frosty, yeah. If you just want it for a NATO mask for particulate protection, yes. If you wanted it for actual use as a military-style filter, then no, it's expired. There's a bokken there. That's not wooden, it's just a scabbard. If that's what you're looking at. Polish MP5 is fine as long as it's in good condition. Here's the thing with most masks. There's very few masks I know of that are outright total shit. There's a lot of masks which, again, are good as long as they're in good condition. But the problem with anything that's surplus, it could be in good condition. It could be absolutely trashed by the time you get it. No, Victoria, they're not. People literally keep ignoring every single order that's put in place. So it seems the government's having to enforce more and more stuff because it seems, sadly, people cannot be trusted to just do as they're told and do stuff for the good of other people. As I've said over and over again, Herasamu, it was just on eBay, and the seller I bought it from no longer has them for sale. They're no longer shipping or something. Because the last time I linked a few, everybody said that seller's not sending them. So there you go. But if you're asking where I got a mask from, 90-odd% of the time it's eBay. Yeah, that's the problem, Banana Sam. Was it actually a proper MP5, though, or was it the French Arthur that's the seller just called an MP5? Because a lot of people don't know the difference. But in regards to it, again, it's like with all surplus stuff, unless it's listed as grade A, perfect condition surplus, you're gambling when you buy surplus. Sadly not. Wish I was. Feel a bit safer down there. Yeah, Victoria, this is what I was saying earlier when I was out in the supermarket, that there was one bloke going, oh, look at those weirdos with masks on, like me and other people that had masks on, while he was just coughing and getting, completely in all the social distancing, rules they were telling you not to with other people. So again, the reason some people might be wearing masks is because there's other idiots like him. Is to keep us safe from people like that, not, keep you safe from a virus and other people who are just complete idiots. But there you go. Literally search whatever you want to search on eBay. It's not hard. You type in like gas mask, respirator, stuff like that. Speaking of Truth Media Live, I've done videos on YouTube before, just of how to search for stuff on eBay. Dylan says Myra filters work well, if not their masks. So I personally use them to go shopping when it was very crowded. Easy decon. That's good. A while ago, AZR splits, you could get S10s for £30 to £60. Now S10s seem to be well over 100. So, again, I wouldn't pay that for one, really. So, Favorite NBC suit? Out of all the ones I've got as in just purpose-built NBC suits, probably the Polish Fu 1 suit, which is in the same camo as this. It's just quite a modern, sort of comfy, charcoal impregnated one. But if you use a GP5 with a hose Gaster runner, you still have to attach a filter to the end of the hose. Yeah, swimming goggles, if they're airtight, would work fine. Because if they're obviously designed to stop chlorinated water getting into your eyes, they're going to work fine to keep, basically spittle in the air out of your eyes. Cool, I'll check after the stream. When I'm streaming, I can't really check PMs people send me. But yeah, I'll go off in 5 minutes just because, as I said, I was on earlier today doing a stream. I only really normally do one stream a day. So when I end up doing two, it ends up meaning that, I feel a bit worn out by the second one because I've got getting a lot of the questions, just repeated over and over and over. Again, if you didn't see the earlier stream, you wouldn't know I've already answered them, but, it just does get a bit tiring after a while. So, there's not really a straightforward answer to the Dersh 4 TV. It's like with a lot of things with masks. It depends on the quality of the filter. If it's a really well-made filter, it's easier to breathe through. Whereas if, it's a bit of a shit filter, they can be quite, resistant. Yeah, YouTube recommended that to me the other day, weirdly enough. Remain indoors. Playing the quiz game, remain indoors. In theory, yes, you could repair a gas mask with Flex Seal Loritis, but if it's again, if the mask's totally wrecked, then no, and if it's the wrong kind of material, then no. But for just small little holes in most masks, you should be able to. Dumbest people I've ever encountered. Well, a lot of the people just in supermarkets coughing and spluttering everywhere without covering their mouths at the moment. Right, Chad McChad. Technically, I think the CM4 is GOS because it was made in the Cold War by Czechoslovakia. You can force, again, like we were saying before, NATO filters on with O-rings and duct tape, but I wouldn't really recommend it. But if it's your only option, it's your only option. That was good. Nobody said anything, Sodakar, but yeah. Weird. I got weird comments from like 1 or 2 people in the supermarket today, despite the fact I wasn't the only person wearing a mask, and all I was literally wearing was one of those half-face masks. It amazes me just how out of it some people must be. There's all this panic shopping going on. People are wearing masks because there is literally a deadly disease going around, and then there's people, oh, look at those weirdos in masks on. Well, actually, they're not even covering their mouth, are they, when they cough? They're just going like that. Disgusting. Yeah, what Mike said. Sadly, when I had an FAQ, people, to be annoying, would read the FAQ and then keep asking the questions on the FAQ. So there's almost no point doing it because I actually get asked the FAQ questions less when I don't have an FAQ. Cheers, Spaghetti. He says, love your content, your Discord. Right, Tiger2. Let me see if your ID works. Your ID does work. Well done. Let me invite you as soon as the thing's on. And that stuff looks good, Cody. Sorry, I can't really reply at the moment because I'm looking at all this stuff trying to multitask. But yeah, at least it protects you, Rajiv. I've got Soviet MM1, sorry, in size 2 and size 3. Again, it's the same issue I have with the GP5 style mask. Size 2 is a bit uncomfortably tight, but it makes a very good seal. Size 3 can be a bit loose. Commie Hunter, thank you very much. Or you got a license for that common sense and logic. I'm afraid I don't. What carrier plate level would you recommend in Western countries? Let me add you. I'm afraid I wouldn't really know. I mean, it depends what you're going to get shot at. For example, in the UK, if people were shooting at you, in all honesty, it'd be with handguns, 22 long rifle or shotguns, at which point just standard soft body armor with good Kevlar filler in would be fine. If you're in somewhere of the US, like people where, people might have 5.56, 7.62, whatever, you're going to probably want full military plate carriers if you're expecting, to be in firefights. This is like a full-on plate carrier, but this wouldn't be my go-to thing, actually, in all honesty. I just use one of the ex-police vests I've got because that's just, a combined stab-proof and sort of, pistol, NIJ 3A sort of vest. Yeah, well, that's exactly it, isn't it, Herazamu? It's what are you going to get shot with, or what you're expecting to encounter? Because again, it's like when people are on about, oh, riot shields aren't very good because they don't stop bullets. Oh yeah, but riot police aren't expecting to get shot at. Riot police are expecting to have like bricks and Molotovs thrown at them. You know, Kevlar shields are heavier than riot shields, more expensive to make, and they're actually more flammable than riot shields. Yeah, like what Connor's saying, if you're in North America, you want NIJ 3+ level plates, so as in, like, I assume level 3 or level 4. Yeah, Richard, we all know what those people like to do. Well, that depends. You might have to worry in Europe about being run over by trucks, and suicide nail bombs, but anyway, at the moment, I'm more worried about a virus in the short term, but then, yeah, in the long term, people might end up shooting at you. Again, guys, to run it, how much exercise are you doing with it on? Are you in a warm environment or are you in a cold environment? It's all that sort of stuff. If you're in somewhere that's hot and humid, you're going to get hot in it very quickly. If you're in a cold environment, it's going to keep you quite nice, warm and snug, but you're not going to get overheated in it. Yeah, but not many people in comparison, Jerero. The point is, in the US, anybody can own a firearm. In the UK, if you look at the amount of sort of 5.56 or up calibers in private ownership, it's very, very low. I have no idea, Henry, because remember, at the moment, nearly everything keeps selling out. Again, I think just keep searching for something you're interested in and seeing if one turns up. I doubt every MM1 in existence has been completely sold yet. If you know how much stuff the Soviets used to have to put away in surplus. Well, you know how much they mass produced, but, Well, VRM, if you were missing it earlier, because it's getting a bit crazy in the supermarkets at the moment. If it came with a military filter fuller, then it would be absolutely fine, yes. Cheers, Cherry, again. I was verbally abused for wearing an N95 mask the other day. I literally never expected the amount of idiots there would be in a glow. Yeah, neither did I. It's disappointing, isn't it, when you think there's going to be some idiots and then you end up realizing there's more and more than you can ever count. But yeah, why would you abuse somebody taking precautions to not get infected and therefore infect other people? Just bizarre, isn't it? That's cool, Dare Master. Not obviously that he died, rest in peace to him, but that you got a lot of cool sort of hand-me-downs. Right, anyway, I'll finish the stream here. For people saying, what weapon should I get? I don't kind of want to talk about that on the stream because it sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? Talking about that. Again, just use common sense, really, in whatever country you're in. And to answer Sal Banana before I go off, Zivil Schutz filters 68. They're pretty old. I wouldn't recommend wearing them, but back in the day, they'd have been fairly good. But if you've got a Shalom 4A1, you can put a much better filter on it now. Any sort of 40mm filter will fit and work. And for the person saying just before I go off, do I think there'll be riots? I certainly think there will be in a lot of places, especially now toilet paper and food are in such short supply now and people are hoarding it. I don't think it's going to end very well. Right, see you everybody. I'll probably stream tomorrow. I don't know what time.